In this video, I started out with $0 in his truck and spent the last 4 years building the farm to where it is today, only to go broke. So now I have the challenge of starting over on a brand new farm with next to no money. Will I go broke or will I make it big? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and drop a like helps too. Anyway, let's go do some farming. Well, boys, it's another early morning out here on the farm, and we got a lot of work to do. And we actually have a good amount of time today. So things are starting to slow down a little bit for the first time on the farm. We've actually got the seed in the ground. Most of the haying is done for the first cut, and things are starting to go a little bit smoother now. We sold a lot of our equipment in the last episode that we didn't need, so we have just gotten a $250,000 check that I have just deposited. So we got a little bit of playing around cash now. At any rate, here I'm gonna hop on the quad and we're gonna get over to the other farm there because there's still a little bit of baling left to do, and I'm hoping by the end of today we can maybe get some of that sold, because I might be getting an equipment delivery today that's gonna cost me a lot of money, but we'll see. Fire up the old A410 here. Runs like a top. We've got 3 more smaller fields here to finish up. It shouldn't take too long. There's actually a pretty decent amount of grass in here that we cut and raked up, so should be a lot of bales. That's my hope. So I guess this row got a little thick here. Tractor, it's kind of catching on the tractor right now, but we might be okay. I just don't want a bunch of hay catching up under there and then getting too hot, and then we got a whole nother problem. We'll have to call the fire department out here. We're gonna try and avoid that if we can. Well, just on my way to the last field here. We gotta go around pretty much the entire farm just to get there, but it's a pretty good sized field, so it's worth it to get that one done for sure. Oh, there goes the train. So I'm not entirely sure if we're actually gonna get 2 cuts off this whole round of fields on this farm, just because we're getting slightly late into the year for haying wise for 2 cuts. We might get another cut off the main farm field, but yeah, that might even be a stretch. I mean, we're not getting as much rain as I thought we would, so we're gonna be stretching it a little bit if we want a second cut, but I guess no rain means we can get all this baled pretty fast, and they're good quality bales. So after finishing up the very last hay field of this cut, I got the baler and tractor back to the farm and finally got around to washing it up because it was absolutely filthy. So after getting all the equipment nice and shiny again, I dropped off the baler and got on my way down to a farm not too far away from here to make yet again another purchase. Now you'd think we had enough equipment already, but there was just one thing missing. One particular implement so we could finish the fields so we could get maximum yield. So after dropping $30,000, I had acquired myself a new to me sprayer, and this would make it so we could get the full yield out of our crops and prevent a lot of weeds. Now, while it wasn't time to spray just yet, I wanted to be prepared ahead of time, but there was one more thing we still had to do to this field to get it ready to go for this year, and that was rolling. There was a lot of rocks in this field, and they had to be taken care of. So I hopped in the very muddy case, somehow got through the very ridiculous amount of mud on the trail to the field, unfolded the roller, and got to work. But without GPS on this tractor, it was a very fun game of Guess Your Row, which I'm pretty sure I missed a few, but I think I got them in the end. But with the field finally finished, it was time to go actually make some money, in the form of nice square pieces of hay, which hopefully were going to be worth a good amount of money. So after bringing the old 644G out of storage for the first time in forever, I finally got around to loading some of these bales up, including these tiny little short bales I made by mistake. But 2 fields later, and we finally had a full trailer that was ready to be sold. Well, mostly full, that is. Pretty sizable gap right there. And it wouldn't be going through this farm if there wasn't just a little bit of mud to get in the way. So after pulling into the bale yard, we were finally about to make our first real money off this farm in months. And as it turns out, we did pretty dang good, bringing in just under $25,000 for that one load. And with at least one more load left out in the fields, we were going to be making, at minimum, another $25,000. However, after I managed to get another full load out of the fields, I got stuck. I guess these bales must have been heavier than the last load. Okay, so I got the 8110 here. The semi-truck is absolutely buried here, so we're gonna try get it out if we can. I got a tow rope on here. I don't know if this thing's gonna pull it out. It'd be a really great time for my bigger case that I sold at the auction, but we'll work with what we got. Okay, I got everything hooked up here. We're gonna try, see if we can pull this out. Oh, it's moving. I got the semi in neutral because I got nobody else to drive it, so we're gonna see if we can get this going. Oh, Oh, man. It does not want to move. Oh, nope. Nope, it's coming. We're getting it. It's not stuck. Like, it's stuck pretty bad, but it's manageable. There we go. I was worried I was going to have to go and borrow a neighbor's bigger tractor. But I think we got the semi out of the mud, so we should be able to get the trailer out now. We're moving. All right, there we go. Let's get this hay sold. Well, another $25,000. So that brings us up to $275,000, which I'm okay with. That's a good amount of money for me. And we still have about $185,000 in debt. It's not horrible, but I would like to get that paid off at some point here. But we still got all the crops from this year to go, so I think we should be okay going forward here. But unless something major breaks down, who knows? I still do need to buy a big tractor though, because ones we have right now ain't gonna cut it. That tractor almost did not pull that semi out, so I would like a bigger tractor around here at some point. And finally get all this equipment washed up. It is absolutely filthy. Man, can't be leaving stuff like this. I think the roller's done for the year though, so we're probably gonna get this put away somewhere, unless I want to roll one of the grass fields, which I actually wouldn't mind doing just to smooth it out a bit, but we can do that a bit later. We're gonna have to spray here sooner than later, so I'm gonna have to go get some spray, but probably not today. Don't ask me how I got that backed in there. I don't know either. It works though. Well, I got the last 2 bales out of this field here. That is all that is left. I was going to try loading it onto the trailer there, but we already got the trailer stuck and there wasn't really any more room. So I guess we'll just leave these to the next time we sell hay, if we do sell any more, or we'll just use them for the cattle. One of the two. But I am loving this loader. This thing was the best find ever. Okay, I think everything's back at the farm here. I was thinking, since we have the where's the other John Deere? It's back here. Since we have the John Deere 4810, that's not, it's getting used a good bit, and then we also have the 4020, the case 3294. This case right here, the 8910, is not really getting used a whole bunch. And looks like I left the lights on too. Better turn those off. But let me know down in the comments if I should sell this thing, because it's not really going to get used a whole lot, and especially once I get a bigger tractor again on the farm, it's really not going to get used at all. And we already have the loader, so we don't really need a loader tractor, and if we do, we got the 4020. So it's just kind of one of those ideas I've been tossing around. I'm not really sure if we should keep it or not, because right now we have 4 tractors on the farm, and if I get another bigger one, we're going to have 5, and we don't need 5 tractors sitting around here. That's just ridiculous. I mean, the 4020 doesn't really get used a whole lot anymore. It's just kind of here if we'd ever need it. It just doesn't make sense to have 5 tractors. Okay, so I know I said I was not going to pick up any chemical for spraying today, but I got a call from my local co-op saying that they're moving all the spray out of their sheds right now, because they're moving everything to a new location, and they said if I want to come pick stuff up, now is like the best time. So it's all kind of organized right now, and if they move, it's going to be unorganized, and yeah, it's just going to make things a lot easier if I do it now. So I got the trailer hooked up, and we're going to go grab it. It's going to be expensive though. That's one of my only worries, but we have a decent amount of money, so it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Now, I did some looking around the farm and kind of realized I don't have really anything with pallet forks on it. And so I was trying to think, how the heck am I going to unload this spray that I'm supposed to be getting? Well, as it turns out, the small auger tractor that I have does indeed have some pallet forks, so we're good there. Well, $9,600 later, and we have secured the herbicide. Yeah, that was not cheap, but this should be enough to do everything that we need to do on the farm. I hope. I don't know, we're gonna find out. So I am not entirely sure if this thing is gonna have enough weight behind it to actually pick these pallets up. I don't know, I might have to throw a back weight on this, but I don't know. We're gonna see. Okay, nice and steady now. Easy. Oh boy. Yeah, that's heavy. I'll give it that, but I think we're all right. Okay. Well, at least it's gonna lift them. We know that much. We'll just put it in the shed here for now, because the nicest place for it to stay at the moment. We don't have too many pallet storage places. I guess at the other farm we do, but over here, not a whole lot. It won't be the fanciest pallet stacking job, but we're not here for fancy. We're here to get it done. Okay, I think that'll work. Where do I put this? It is the auger tractor, so I guess it goes back out by the bins. Huh, I guess I wasn't looking when I put these square bales here, but I guess I kind of blocked in the old 4020. Now we might be okay, we might be able to get it out. But I still have a lot of hay here, so when we, of course, need to feed the cattle, we should be good for a little bit. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go check on them real quick, make sure they still have enough feed, which they should, for now at least. Oh yeah, they still got plenty of this stuff. They'll be happy for a while. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, and goodbye.